Hey friends, Shanna Tokarski here, and I want to do a quick video. I actually just wrote a blog on this, and I will share that probably tomorrow. I need to proofread it, but I want to go live probably at least once a week, and my goal is to always do it on Friday to add some value for you, especially if you're chasing your dreams and you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just starting or you've been doing it for a while. So I wanted to do this one though on crabs, and I think if you've read a few books on being an entrepreneur, you've probably heard this before, but if not, this is how I wrote it. If I could go back and talk to myself 8 years ago before I started this journey, I would want to know this one thing about the journey. I would like to give myself a warning, and if you are brand new, I want to give this warning to you too, so that you know that it's normal and that you are on the right track. And so I would say beware of the crabs. And let me explain to you this, okay? So when you're growing up, when you're a kid, I tell my kids this. If you are a parent, you probably tell your kids this. You know, I always heard, go for your dreams. I had posters all over the basement. That's where our playroom was. That's, had Olympians on it. And it said, go for your dreams, dream big. You can do anything. All things are possible. All this positive affirmations about going for your dreams and doing big things. And then suddenly when it was all great and dandy all the way up until I was in college and high school and all that kind of stuff, and then suddenly think about all the all the speeches that people give at graduations. They're not like, hey, go settle for a life that you kind of like so you can party on the weekends and maybe have some vacations. Nobody says that, right? And then suddenly it's really strange, because when you actually take a step towards your dream and you actually step up and grow some and have some courage to actually take an action step towards your dreams, you start hearing things like this. Oh, Shanna, people don't make money doing that. Oh, are you sure you want to do that? Don't you have your degree in marketing or something? You can't find a job doing that. Don't you, that's a little bit risky. I mean, you got kids to feed, and who's gonna pay for your insurance? And maybe we should just get one foot on the ground, just 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot kind of off the edge, and maybe just, play around with it, see if that's something you wanna do. Right? You guys know this. If you are taking action, you have heard these things. And I was really shocked by it, because it's not from strangers, you guys. It is from people that told you to chase your dreams in the first place. It's usually from people that are very close to you, family members, friends, and it feels like they are doubting you. And the hard thing is that you're already filled. If you were like me, I was already terrified, number one. Number two, filled with self-doubt that I could actually make it happen. And so when people were telling me these things, they were kind of like, yeah, you're right. And it was easier for me, and I let it hold me back for a long time, because it was easier for me to believe in their fears and their lies about what I should be doing versus what I knew I could be. It was easier to take their justifications. It was easier to take what they were telling me as a warning. It was easier to take that than to make up an excuse on why I shouldn't be taking action. So I will tell you though, so this is how you have to deal with them, okay? So just know that they're coming, number one. Number two, that's a good sign. That means that you are onto something, that you're going out of the box. But you have to love them. You have to show them grace. And the reason I call them crabs is because this is an illustration to show why that happens. Okay, so there's a breed or species of crabs that the fishermen, how they catch them is they put an open basket, so there's no top on it. They put that open basket into the ocean with bait on the bottom, and one crab comes in, gets the bait, two, three, and until the whole thing's filled up with crabs, right? And slowly, when they realize that there's no more bait in the basket, one or two of them will try to climb out. But the thing is that as they start to climb out, the other crabs start pinching at them and pulling them back in and pulling them back in and trying to get them to stay in the basket. So the fishermen don't even have to put a top on that basket. And it gets so bad that they will actually rip off their they'll use their, you know, pinchers to rip off their legs and limbs and stuff. So I hope that in your life you are safe and you are not getting, you know, attacked, and your family members aren't ripping off your limbs for chasing your dreams. But it will feel like that when you are chasing your dreams and you're new to it. It will feel like they are ripping off your limbs, because to you this is like your heart and soul. And oh, thanks for the love. I don't know, I can't see who's on here, but that's awesome. It will feel like that, because if you took one step in the right direction towards your dreams, you're already out there. You're standing, it feels like you're standing out in the middle of a field or up on a stage naked, and people are looking at you and they see your soul, and you're exposed for who you truly are. And it's scary. And when people start telling you things that you already think about yourself, it's even more scary, and it feels like your limbs are getting ripped off. But I want to tell you guys something, okay? If you want to chase your dreams, you want to do something crazy out of the box, you have to let go of what they believe, because it is just a mirror of what they are feeling, their fears projected onto you. That has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Because here's the thing, if you are in your box, if you're hating your job, if you're working for the weekends, complaining about your boss, complaining about your husband, complaining about all these things, then you justify it for them. But the second you take action, you no longer give them permission to stay where they are either. And it's a reminder to them that they are choosing to stay there. Does that make sense? It makes them uncomfortable, okay? So love them with grace, give them love. There's no reason to ever be nasty about it. So you have to be strong sometimes and draw boundaries, like don't talk about my business anymore because this is what I'm doing, which I've had to do to a few of my friends and family members. But you guys love them, because in the end, the only thing that matters is that you chased your dreams. Like, you were put on this planet for a specific reason that only you can fulfill. End of story, period. And there are people waiting for you to step into your destiny. There are millions of people that your life will have a ripple effect. And it's going to either be good or bad, right? And my hope and wish for you is that you step into the destiny that you were created for. And that you don't let other people's opinions pull you down. That you don't let other people's opinions keep you in the box that you're in right now. Okay? So remember that it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. And do it anyway. All right? I hope that adds some value to you guys. I hope that that helps you. And if you have some crabs, just, you know, you're fine. You're on the right track. So God bless you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.